Welcome to the class today. My name is Oriana, and I want to introduce some useful vocabulary and expressions for talking about the weather, as well as some useful idioms. Now, I've got 17 expressions to share with you in this lesson. Okay, so these expressions can help you to communicate your feelings and observations about particular situations, and are a really great way to make your English more creative. So what's the weather like where you are? Right now, I'm looking out of my window and I can see that it is very overcast. This means there are clouds covering the whole sky and there is no sunshine. Another word I can use instead of overcast is gloomy. For example, the sky looks rather gloomy today. What's interesting here is the meaning of the adjective gloomy, which means depressed or miserable. So we can use this word to describe a person, but also the weather, as if the weather is a person. You may already know that British people love to talk about the weather, especially because we get a lot of different types of weather here. Now, I come from Norwich, which is a small city in the east of England. It's a very dry part of the country, so we don't get a lot of heavy rain. However, in other parts of the UK, like Wales, and further in the north of England, the weather can be a bit more unpredictable. So you won't necessarily know if it's going to rain or not. And it can rain a lot there. Okay, so are you ready for the first expression? Off we go. To be snowed under. My first expression I want to share with you today is to be snowed under. Okay, so if you are snowed under, you are incredibly busy and you have a lot of work and a lot of responsibilities. So, for example, I would love to go out this weekend, but I have to clean the house, take my cat to the vet, go shopping, organise a party for my friend, revise for a test, send over a work report, and visit my grandmother. I'm snowed under at the moment. Yeah? I can't, I've got too many things to do. To feel under the weather. Okay, on to the next one. Expression number 2. To feel under the weather. Now, when somebody tells you that they are under the weather, this means that they are feeling ill and they need rest. So to give you a sentence with that expression, when my father got the flu, he felt very under the weather and he stayed in bed for 2 weeks. To be a fair weather friend. Expression number 3. To be a fair weather friend. Fair weather describes the sort of weather we get in spring and summer. Okay? It's warm, it's sunny, mild, generally very nice. We all like warm, sunny weather, and we wish we could have this sort of weather all the time. So in this example, being a fair weather friend is being a friend to somebody only when life is good. But then you disappear when things go wrong or life gets too difficult. Ben and his friends used to have a lot of fun together, but as soon as Ben lost his job, his fair weather friends stopped talking to him. To be a breeze. Okay, are you ready for expression number 4? To be a breeze. A breeze is a nice, gentle wind on your skin when you step outside. It moves through the air easily and it doesn't feel cold or uncomfortable. If we describe something as a breeze in English, we mean that it is incredibly easy or straightforward. So somebody who likes computers, okay, and they're very, very good at computer technology, they're very skilled with computers. Setting up a computer is a breeze, okay? It's an easy job. It doesn't take any effort to do. A storm in a teacup. Number 5, a storm in a teacup. A storm in a teacup is when someone makes a problem seem bigger than it really is. Okay, so think about the size of a teacup here. Okay, it's very small. And compare that with a big, noisy storm outside. A lot of the time, we talk about a person making a storm in a teacup when they like to cause big, unnecessary problems. The argument about who ate the last piece of cake was really just a storm in a teacup. It wasn't a big problem. To get wind of something. Ready for number 6? To get wind of something. To get wind of something is to learn or find out something new or discover new information. Okay, so think about the way the wind moves through the air and it moves towards your ears and you go, ah, what's this? The children got wind of the fact that they were getting a puppy for Christmas. So they discovered some new information and it was a surprise for them. They didn't have any idea. To break the ice. All right, number 7. My next expression for you is to break the ice. If you break the ice with somebody, usually a stranger, someone you don't know, at a party or other social setting, you say or do something to make that person feel more relaxed, more welcome. So my advice to you, if you are going to college, going to university, or even starting a new school, is make sure you meet new people, make friends, and break the ice during your first week. It's very important. To rein cats and dogs. Number 8. This one is really good fun to say in English, even though it's a little bit old-fashioned now. To rein cats and dogs. This describes rain that is so heavy it feels like cats and dogs are falling from the sky. Oh, it's raining cats and dogs outside, and I forgot my umbrella, so now my clothes are wet. To have a face like thunder. Number 9. To have a face like thunder. Now, you need to be very careful when somebody has a face like thunder. This expression describes a person who looks extremely angry and ready to shout or start a fight. Okay, so you can think of thunder when there is a storm making a sudden loud or angry sound, yeah? So to give you an example, Mum had a face like thunder when she found out they stole the money. So she had a face like thunder, she's ready to get really angry and shout. Okay. To get a frosty reception. Expression number 10. To get a frosty reception. So frost, what is frost? Frost is the very, very thin ice that you get on the ground when it's very cold outside. So frosty is an adjective which describes anything that is icy cold. So a frosty reception is a situation when you try to talk to someone, but they seem unfriendly or cold. His joke met with a frosty reception. Oh dear. So what that means is he told a joke and he thought everybody would laugh, but nobody found it funny. Okay. To have a sunny disposition. On to expression 11. To have a sunny disposition. Someone with a sunny disposition is cheerful, friendly, and warm, just like the sun. So it's the opposite of unfriendly or cold, like we saw in that last expression. So teachers, like me, we need to have a sunny disposition when we teach and when we talk to our students. Lightning fast. And on to number 12. Lightning fast. If someone or something is lightning fast, they move extremely quickly, like lightning in the sky when there is a storm. He realized he was late for work. So he moved lightning fast to get up, get washed and dressed, have breakfast, and leave the house. Okay, so he had to do all of these things very, very quickly. To chase rainbows. Number 13. To chase rainbows. When you see a rainbow in the sky, do you ever wonder where it starts and where it ends? It's impossible to find out, even if you tried to walk from start to finish. Chasing rainbows is an expression we use when someone tries to do something that is not possible or realistic. Trying to win the lottery is like chasing rainbows. The chances of winning the lottery are very unlikely, unfortunately. To take a rain check. Okay, we're ready for the next expression. Expression number 14. To take a rain check. Now, this is useful to know in English. We use this a lot when we want to make plans with somebody, but we don't know if we are going to be available. Think about when you need to check the weather to see if it will be a nice sunny day, and you see that there is a 50-50 chance of rain. You really want to take a picnic to the beach, but decide that might not be a good idea. If you take a rain check, it means you cannot do something now, but maybe later. So if you're invited to a party, you can say, "Thanks for the invitation to the party, but I'm going to have to take a rain check. I might be busy on that day." To be as right as rain. Okay. Number 15, another expression talking about rain. To be as right as rain. To be as right as rain means to feel healthy or well again. So if you have been ill and then somebody asks, "How are you feeling now?" you can say, "As right as rain, thank you. Yeah, I'm feeling better." So I can now use this expression with another one I showed you earlier, and I can make two expressions in the same sentence. He was very under the weather with flu, but now he feels as right as rain. To have your head in the clouds. Number 16. To have your head in the clouds. Somebody with their head in the clouds is not paying attention to what is happening around them. It's like their head is so high up in the sky that they don't know or care what is happening on the ground. You know the famous story of Romeo and Juliet? Well, they fell in love and they spent all of their time together with their heads in the clouds. A ray of hope. And we're on to the last expression already. Now, the last expression I want to share with you is a ray of hope. Rays are the bright light from the sun. When it's overcast outside, remember that word from earlier? Overcast, gloomy, lots of clouds. You can't see any rays. And then when the sun comes out, you begin to see some sunshine at last, and you think, maybe this afternoon, the weather will be less gloomy, and I can go outside for a walk in the park. A ray of hope is something good that you wish for in the future.